So it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't sleep. I thought, what about this RTTY thing on the ICR9500? I've got it set up next to the IC7850 and I thought, interesting to see just how good this RTTY decoded. You know, sort of things you do at 3 o'clock in the morning, of course. And had to play around with the filtering just a little bit off frequency. 101, well, not off frequency. It reads at 100.750. And I'm not sure why that is, because it's 10.101 that it's supposed to be on. So it's still maybe something I've got in my setup, but I've set it up to 16, 15, 425. So when you go in and look at your tone, and you basically set up these numbers here for your split, etc. And it's not 45 baud, it's 50 baud, which we set up there. And but it is reading now quite well. DDK2, yeah, H7. I wasn't actually having much success initially. Excuse me, until I changed that 50 baud from 45 to 50 baud. But yeah, the other thing was, like, when I went up to, you'll see as I need to be in that mode. Sorry. Yeah, when I go up to right up to 101, of course you can see here. There's my two peaks there. So it's definitely. And obviously it stops reading. And once I bring it down and you see your little two fellas line up here beautifully, it starts to bring back all its test RYs, etc. And CQ, CQ, CQ. And yeah, actually Gary, ZS6YI, I was having a look at your article, and with the 9500 and the 7800, and these are 3 AM things you do. They're just to prove. 3:15, my goodness. But yeah, Gary's got one of the 9500s as well. Beautiful setup there, actually. But this thing here is still not hooked up. That's sitting on the ground over there. I have not had a chance. It's been here for 8 weeks, I think now. Paul Ashby could tell you. Anyway, we'll get to that very soon. But yeah, anyway, just thought I'd show you. That's actually receiving really quite nice. I've been doing a lot of shortwave listening lately, and oh, here we go. Now we're actually getting a weather update here. Strong wind, gale, storm warnings for the German Bight. Right, so this is actually, now we're seeing some real stuff coming up. It's coming up in German now, is it? Yes. Yeah, it's funny. I just haven't been doing much amateur stuff lately. I've been having to play with shortwave listening and listening to a lot of commercial stuff all around the place. My good old mate John Volpato got me playing around with the 9500 a fair bit, and I, you know, look, obviously I've done a little bit of 20 meters. This one hasn't come off 20 meters for so long, and this one's just been on shortwave. And I said g'day to Jack W and FTY the other night, but that's about the only transmission I've had in the last probably month or so. But it's been very interesting just to sort of have a look at some of what's commercially available out there still. Still a lot of analog out there that's been good. John's got me listening to a lot of aircraft and HF bits and pieces. Look at all this. Yeah, there's all the messages coming up. It was actually, it's a good timing, because before it was a little bit boring where it was just a RY then the ID, but now you're actually getting some real information coming through. It just shows that this is a very functional service. What's that about a bank there? Any cryptocurrency information, like what have we got here? Any seed phrases for Bitcoin? No. Anyway, look, obviously, look, I'm not very good on my languages, but I'm thinking there's some German in there, so I can't really tell while it's in German whether there's a correction in frequency needed from my... Oh, there we go. Hang on. That's better. Here we go. No, we're still... No, don't need to touch anything. Navigational P warning. Look at that. Still want to know what this bank's all about. Survey operations in progress. Sometimes you'll see, like a letter that's wrong there. I think that would have been Geo Ranger then. Very minor though. It's amazing. Like, this is still FSK ready, still being used. I wonder if it's a bit hard. I'm looking at this and I just think I'm just off ever so slightly. If I just move that way, right on those lines, let's see if that gets those errors. Yeah, actually, see how I've just got the split just correct now? We seem to be getting we're not getting the odd letter that is wrong now. We're back to German again, so a little bit hard to tell. But, yeah, so there you go. I suppose I should go to bed. I've got a mate of mine, we're working on cars, and guys, the reason you ever see me on radio, we're doing so much for cars. I'm really flat out with, we're actually doing one of the trucks tomorrow, that one with the new 350 Chev in it. A mate of mine will be on that for most of the day, and that's going to come up a beaut, to be honest. And the new Corvette arrives next week, so number 4 Corvette. So we've got a bit happening. Yeah, see, I can't tell with the German when it goes back to English in a second. And the fun Leyland P76. I know you all think it's a bit of a joke, and I sort of did buy it as a bit of a joke in some respects, but I truly did want to have a bit of a play with one. Mate of mine, Steve, VK 5SP, used to have one, and it always sort of, Steve has had some real interesting cars, and he said, you got to have one in your lifetime. So I thought, oh, bloody hell, might as well have one. There was one up for sale, and I thought, well, better grab it. Anyway, that's coming next week as well, but I've got my eye on something else, which some of you know what that is, and we'll announce that. There you go, some of those coordinates, sorry, not so much coordinates, they're not coordinates, what are they there? I don't know what they are. They're some sort of ID. Restricted manoeuvrability during, okay. You got to be a boating guy. John, if you're watching this, you can explain some of this. I'm sure you know this sort of stuff inside out. I think this particular one transmits on 3 frequencies, but I think 10100's the big 10 kilowatt ready frequency. So this one, obviously, nice one for 3 a.m. in the morning. Or was it 3:23? And I better get to bed. Sam was off face painting with a big thing in Albury tonight, so I've been sort of left to 10 to the fire. What else did I cleaned my walk-in wardrobe out a bit. I made sure I've got a whole lot of new suits and things I've bought, and I've had to make some space. I just and we sort of had to throw some stuff out as well. So, but then it was a bit of radio stuff. You would have thought I would have got onto this, but I didn't quite get onto the 7760. Look at that. You get a nice badge. You get a badge in, where is it? I don't know, somewhere. There's such a mess at the moment. I haven't been in here a lot. Somewhere under all this rubbish. Oh, yeah, here it is. And you get the Icom watch. How's that, eh? I mean, I'm trying to remember now. I can't remember. This radio, I don't know, it was $10,000 or $12,000. I can't remember now what they cost. But yeah. Look at that. Oh, hang on, wrong way around. Well, I think you meant to display it like this. You have the radio and the watch sitting there. It's a nice Seiko, actually. Most of you know that I'm a Rolex collector, and I really love, certain watches. And believe it or not, some of the watches I collect are not the overly expensive ones. They're not hugely expensive compared to some of my mates buy. But this actually got me. I thought they did a really nice styling with it. It's obviously not like a a Daytona or anything with all the nice different features. But it's as you see there, 60th anniversary. Nice band on it actually. Nice. I'll probably never wear it. It'll be one of those ones that sits in a glass case. But I should wind it at some stage. Maybe I'll put it in with my other watches where they're on motorised winders where they flip them around. That might be an idea. Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, let's see. Has it changed to English still? Yeah. Oh, no, German. There we go. Yeah, no, bit of fun. Well, Gary, ZS6YI, if you're watching this, mate, I've got a million questions for you on the 9500 because I know how much you've done. I saw the power modification. I don't know that there's much now, with everything so digital, but we'll have to have a talk. But I think it was you, Gary, that said there's just one radio that's never going to leave your shack. Well, I didn't understand why until I started using the 9500, and now I do. I get it. I've been using this probably religiously for a while now, so there you go. Anyway, that's a bit of a look at just how the ready decoding goes, and good to see, a bit of actual code. Now, see, I reckon I'm off there. Let me just come back a bit. It's back there. I just reckon, yeah, I could see it was getting more faults in it, where you could see that it was missing letters and doing something a bit strange. So I think 10.100.750 at the moment. Now, actually, I saw someone try something. Let's try this. Yeah, I believe filter 2, where filter 3 will cut it out a fair bit. Let's see. Yeah, see how filter 3 has trouble? It's just, yeah, too narrow. I think that was the other thing that I saw, and Gary, you might be able to comment. I think filter 2, once it just gets back on board again here, I think filter 2 was better. I'm saying that, but just let me go back to filter 1 for a minute, as a comparison. Just need to get back to English so that we can see. Come on. Maybe filter 1. Maybe it does want a wider filter. Maybe it just gets too narrow. I go, right, there's a line there. Let's go there. Transponder read correctly then. UTC, August. Oh no. Navigate. See how there's a problem there. So just now let's go to here on filter 1 again. See if it reads correctly. Easterly. 3 cardinal boys. No, filter 1 then. Actually, no, filter 1 seems to be a little bit more consistent. Oh. 3:28 in the morning. I think it's quitting time, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. This is what old retired people do. Sit around mucking around with this sort of rubbish. But I am intrigued though. Just so much more out there on HF that needs to be investigated by those of us that are the inquiring minds type. As I said, been having a bit of fun with this. It's sort of radio for me, as you know, is something I love, sure, but sometimes it's nice to get away from what you've been doing and do something completely different. And this 9500, we're putting up quite a few antennas very soon. They're going to have a look at the other sides of it, where, of course, they go up to 3 gig, and there's some things there that are a bit of interest to me too. So we'll see how we go. All right, well, that's me just raving on for 15 minutes at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm going to go to bed, but I'm happy because we got to decode this nicely and get a bit of a look at it, and yep, no, I'm impressed, because look, what I'm not telling you is the 15 minutes I sat there going, oh come on, I should be able to read this, and then it's always something silly, isn't it? But all right guys, hope everyone's doing well. Just an update. Got appointed as the Vice President of the North East Victorian Amateur Radio Club today, which was a real honour. Thank you very much for those that have had the stupidity to appoint me in that position and nominated me and all that sort of stuff. But no, I seriously want to say a big thank you to the club, because one of my reasons was some of the charitable things that the club's been doing and I've become involved in, and one of my main aims is to get money to people that need it. And as a club, we had a really good talk today, and we are going to continue to be sending money to people that need it. And I'm talking about people that are suffering with cancer and people that are in big trouble. And the club really impressed me. I must admit I'd been a bit of a absent member for many years, and then I went to the club and said, look, got some thoughts on some things that I'd like to do for some people, and would like to see some of the revenue that we're raising go to help people. And you know what? The amount that I was asking for, they doubled. They actually doubled it and said they thought it was a great cause. And to young Isaac down there in Melbourne at the moment, he's 10 years old. He's the son of VK3 NFS, who's one of our members. Isaac, you're going to get there, mate. Really believe that, buddy. You just hang in there. And we were just talking about you at the club today, mate. And you're going to be one of our prime members, and we've got a few plans for you. So you just get better, and we're going to make sure that you'll be the president of the club one day. Guarantee you that, mate. Anyway, get well soon, buddy. And to mum and dad who are down there in Melbourne, spending so much time with Isaac, obviously, and you're doing a great job. Just keep it up. You really are. And we'll keep doing our bit from this end to try and help you guys out. It's just, as I said, I was absolutely floored by the fantastic response from the club, and that's what actually was a lot to do with the reason why I accepted the role that was offered. And let's see if we can do some good out there. There's enough silly stuff going on the planet these days. Let's see if we can get out there, and there's a lot of other people need help, and I'm sure we can try and just do our little bit to make sure that we're helping amateurs in areas that they need it. We'll talk more about that on YouTube over the next few months, but there is that is going to be a thing we're going to try and do, not just internally within our club, but externally as well. So we're talking about some ways to use some money that we're fortunate to have, and we want to try and use it responsibly. We don't want to pay for air-conditioned offices for executives. We want to get money into the hands of people who are suffering at the moment and need help with their situations. So anyway, more on that as we go along. All right, what's it now? 3:33. Definitely bedtime, guys. Have a good Sunday. Mine's going to be a bit sluggish, I reckon. I think I might be a bit of a slow starter, but anyway, Nick, my mechanic mate, he's getting here about, I think, 9:30, which means I'll probably get out there about 11 o'clock. I reckon I'll be sleeping in a bit, but my wife will get him set up. He knows what he's got to do, and then I'll be out with him, and we'll be out there for a few hours. Although we've got to get it finished by about, I think 2 o'clock, so I've got a massage I've got to go in for tomorrow afternoon. Got to get priorities right. All right, thanks, guys. All good. Great receiver. As I said, we'll get that going soon. We'll do a review and tell you all about it. Paul Ashby, mate, you must be thinking, how the hell can that thing still be sitting there, not connected, not, like there's a lead that goes to it, not, and then I'm not kidding. Look at that power button, nothing. 8 weeks. You'd think anyway, has been a busy time with a lot going on. So anyway, we'll get there. All right, guys, 73s, all the best. Cheers, guys.